I'm sad to admit that I had another mental breakdown. Today's mental breakdown, yeah, it was a good one. It was a real good one. It wasn't just like a little tear. It was a full-on fucking sob, cry, like, it's a mindfuck. Nobody understands it. I don't even understand it. So I'm not sure anybody else can, unless you're a psychologist and you're psychoanalyzing me, which might be a good idea. I probably need that. I've got to reply to emails. I do try and do that in the week. But anyway, it's just boring shit. So do something that's a little bit wild. Like, go and pick up your naan breads. That is crazy. It's loco. I don't know what I'm really missing. And I think that's the problem. I want something that I used to have, but I don't want what I used to have. Anyway, guys, if you are also going through a mental breakdown, come join me. Give it a like, subscribe, follow, give it a 5-star rating, whatever you want to do. Today I'm sad to admit that I had another mental breakdown. I was literally... do you know what? It was actually really cathartic. It was like a beautiful time. It felt really good and I felt really great after. But I feel kind of exhausted. I've got those post-cry, puffy eye cry eyes. And I am, I'm semi-ready for bed. But look, we're gonna talk first because I want to share my next mental breakdown with you. And it wouldn't be this podcast and it wouldn't be me if I weren't sharing another mental breakdown story with you. This has been like the breakdown chronicles when it comes to talking to me, because the past year has been a bit ropey. Let's put it that way. I don't know if it's because I'm approaching my 30s and I'm having a freak out, or whether I'm just questioning life and everything that revolves around it / in it. So today's breakdown, I basically want to talk about how I healed after my breakdown. I'm not even like exaggerating when I call it a fucking breakdown. Like, I had my head in a pillow, best way to do it, and I was sobbing, because no one wants to sob out loud like a child. Like, it's good to sob, but not audibly. So I did it into a pillow and it was quite nice. And then you haven't got that like horrible like horrible face where everyone can see you, and not everyone. Like, I wasn't doing it in public, like on the bus crying my eyes out like some kind of 90s film. No, I was doing it in the privacy of my own home, like everyone should. And today's mental breakdown, yeah, it was a good one. It was a real good one. It wasn't just like a little tear. It was a full-on fucking sob, cry, like break down into the pillow, and it was a good time. So you might be asking, or you might not be asking, to be quite honest, Dawn, why did you have another breakdown? Well, recently I've been questioning life again. It comes and goes in waves. Sometimes I'm fine and I don't question life, and then sometimes things happen and I go, what am I doing here? My life's going nowhere. I'm having an existential crisis. Plot twist. So basically I'm going to do a whole nother episode. That is my catchphrase. A whole nother episode on dealing with someone who was young who died recently. So basically, I found out that someone who I knew and who I knew relatively well basically was terminally ill and has subsequently died. And I'll go into a bit more detail in the next episode, like obviously not significant detail, but I want to talk about like how I kind of handled it. Clearly not well. It was a big shock to me. I didn't know that this person was sick, and I found out and I literally kind of lost my shit. So I guess I'm having this feeling of the fact that I'm just existing. This is what my life feels like at the moment, is I'm just working paycheck to paycheck. I exist on the earth. I am here in body, but I'm not really here in soul. I'm not having a good time. I'm like, okay, how am I going to pay the next bill? That's my biggest worry. And that's not really... I know there are bigger problems in the world, and I know people have it much worse than me. But I am a bit like, I'm not really fulfilling what I want to be doing right now. What I really want to be doing is, well, I guess I'll talk about that in a minute, because I think that's how I sort of came to the conclusion of getting through my mental breakdown. And I know I use the term mental breakdown like relatively frivolously, and I am like a little bit jokey about it, but it really was, it kind of was a mental breakdown. Like, I literally sobbed into a pillow and I moped around the park, and I know I didn't end up in hospital. Oh fuck, I'm gonna start yawning now. It's 2 a.m. I haven't got my shit together. It's 2 a.m. I've spent my whole day cleaning and kind of enjoying it, to be quite honest. When your life starts to break down, all you need to do in life is clean. Like, it sorts you out. Throw stuff away. You feel like a whole new woman, a whole new person, whatever your vibe is going for at the moment. I feel like a whole new person. I'm like, goodbye. And I like pull all the leaves of my like plants that are dark, like the leaves that are dead. I'm like, sayonara. I was like, senorita? No. So, and then just throw loads of shit away. I've got this piece of paper here. It's just a piece of paper. I don't even know where it came from. I don't know where it's going, and I don't know where it's been. But it's sitting here, and it needs to be thrown away in reality. I don't know how it got there. So, there are things, and I'm just fucking cleaning, and I'm having a good time. And that's basically been my whole day. Cleaning, eating, watching Skins. Not the best idea when you're having a mental breakdown. Skins, if you haven't watched it, is a British TV programme. It's set in Bristol, which is where I live, so it's a little bit close to home. And basically, I call it mourning the loss of my youth. People don't like me saying that phrase, because I asked somebody, are you mourning the loss of your youth? And they think that I'm saying that they're old, and I'm like, no, I'm also mourning the loss of my youth. And they're like, you're still youthful. And I'm like, but I don't feel it because I'm not a teenager, and that to me is my youth. And I think the issue is, I look back on my youth, I know I'm still youthful, but my actual youth, my adolescent youth, I look back on that and I think, I like see it with such rose tinted glasses, and I'm like, that was the best time ever. I had no responsibility. I didn't need to pay bills. Money was not like a worry, but in reality, it wasn't a great time. I don't know why I'm like making out as though that was the best time of my life when it wasn't. I didn't have my shit together. I was potentially also falling off the rails at that point. Managed to get myself back on. It's a common theme. And I didn't have any money. So also a common theme. Like, I had no money, but I also had no responsibilities. I think what I want is no responsibilities. I want no financial responsibilities. I just want to be running about on the streets, like losing my shit and having a good time. But in reality, we always want something that we don't have, don't we? And we always think that would be better. And sometimes it isn't. Like, I keep thinking, oh my God, imagine if I was like one of the, if I was in Skins. The whole reason I want to be in Skins or a TV show is because they have a sense of community. I'm talking about like Friends or Skins. They have a friendship group around them. And what I realized is I'm not mourning the loss of my youth. I don't want to be younger. I don't want to be younger. Make me older, it's fine. I mean, I've accepted it, it's happening. But what I'm mourning is a loss of community. When you're in university, and this is part of my mental breakdown, when you're in university, everyone that you like, plus a few extra, is around you. Your friends from home are like doing their thing too. But you can, your friends are literally next door in the next room. A wall separates you. And if it's not a wall, then it's a street or two or half a mile. They're not that far away. Right now, though, even though my friends aren't that far away, they're all fucking occupied. They're all doing stuff, working or something. And I'm like, hello, I need you. Like, come and play with me. And they're all like, oh, I'm busy for like the next 16 weekends. And I'm like, okay, fuck you then. But like, that's what I'm mourning, is the loss of free time, community, friendships, ease of accessing friendships, to be quite honest, because that's the difficulty. And just like hanging out. I miss just hanging out. Why don't we hang out anymore? I want to like go sit in a park. Do I? Do I though? Do I? I'm thinking I want to do that. Do you know what I really want to do is I want to have a sleepover. Like, I think I just want to have a sleepover. Do I? Because I keep thinking I want to have a sleepover. And then I just thought about it and I was like, but then you've got to deal with them the next day. And then you got to put the bed away. You got to clean up. Like, it's not all it's cracked up to be. So am I really missing sleepovers? I don't know what I'm really missing. And I think that's the problem. I want something that I used to have, but I don't want what I used to have. It's a mind fuck. Nobody understands it. I don't even understand it. So I'm not sure anybody else can, unless you're a psychologist and you're psychoanalyzing me, which might be a good idea. I probably need that. So I'm currently going through that where everyone's like, I'm in a relationship and I'm in a couple, but everyone else also is, and they're all spending time with their other person. I feel kind of second, you know? It's like, well, I am second. I'm not second. I'm probably like 51st. Like, I'm not even second. I'm not even in the top 10, and that saddens me. So it's a changing scenario. I don't know what to call it. I've got pens both sides here. It's a changing landscape that I don't want to be involved in. I want my life to stay the same. I don't mind getting older, wiser and more comfortable in myself. That is not a problem. But I would also not this is the madness of my mind. I would also not be happy to be static for the rest of my life. So I don't really know what I want. I don't know. So I think what I want is, and this is an absolutely fantastic business idea, I'm telling you, I've patented it right here. Don't steal it, anyone. I spoke to people the other day and I was like, do you know what? I think I need to start one of those retirement villages, but for people in their late 20s, because people want it. People need it. People need a sense of community, and most people don't have it. In this country, we don't. When you're in that like weird like 25 to 30 age, you're like post-university, but you're also like sort of, some of your friends are married and some of them are having babies, but like you're not, and you're kind of still in that like weird, I'm not sure what's going on phase. Maybe that will be my whole life. Then, you know, we need to band together. And what I want is like, I'm on this long street where I know the people next to me, but I know nobody else. I've seen the other people, seen the people next door, but the next door over to next door, but I don't know who they are. I've never spoken to them, and I have no sense of community. Like, I do have community at work, but like, we don't really, you know, it's not like people are, I don't know. I do get the sense of people being like, you know, let's go do something we specify a fucking time and date. Do you know what I want? I want like a little cul-de-sac. All my friends are in the houses and we have a common room, and we all can like, there's a movie night and we could all go to that, or I don't know. I just want spontaneity, but it's all like fucking plans. Like, let's plan my life 6 months in advance. Like, no, I want to walk out and just be like, what am I doing now? But that's not life, apparently. And I'm not ready to be 30. I'm not. It's a constant perpetual cycle of scariness for me, and I can't handle it. So recently I've been going through what I call the financial handcuff stage. I'm hoping it's not a stage that lasts forever. Basically, I feel like I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I'm not really like, I have no money. I have money, but it's just goes straight out my bank account. Goodbye. Another sayonara. And I don't like this, obviously, for obvious reasons. Therefore, number one, I have no fucking holidays. Number two, my social life very limited. Number three, I feel like I'm always working. Number four, I can't like just spend money on shit. It doesn't feel like I can just go, I want to buy a I haven't got any headphones. Oh God, I sound like such a privileged person. I don't have any headphones. My headphones broke. So all I've got is this, and this is fine. I've been using this for podcasting for a while, but my wireless headphones have broken, and now I sit on my lunch break and I have to play Netflix out loud. Oh my God, what a tragedy. I sound like such a twat. Such a twat. I'm like, okay, shut up, Dawn. But no, financial handcuffs. Basically, I want to go and travel. I want to go and do stuff. But I feel financially very tied to this house, which isn't even mine, for fuck's sake. I'm paying some other person's mortgage. You're welcome. And I'm not enjoying that. Because I'm like, I have the financial tie, I feel like, of having a mortgage, but not actually having the benefit of actually paying my own mortgage off. And also, I can't do anything to the house to make it nicer. So it's just like basic bare bitch rental. And I would definitely paint the walls if I could, let's put it that way. And also, it's just not your own, And I forgot what I was going to say. I am spending so much money on it. It's just like whoosh, straight out my fucking bank account. And it's like, oh, I don't want the month to end because I don't want to have to pay more rent and bills. But alas, there we go. Now, you might think, Dawn, how are you so poor? This isn't like a new thing. I have been poor before, but I'm still working as a locum. And I'm not really sure what's gone on. What has happened, though, is over the first sort of 6 months of last year, 5 months maybe, I didn't work. Bad decision, but alas, that was the situation at the time. As a result, I spent all my savings. I know, I hate myself. And then the last few months, I was not able to pick up as many shifts as I'd hoped. As a result, I'm in my financial handcuffs. Also, taxes. Oh, Christ. I hate taxes so much. Like, I want to strangle taxes. I want to, grab taxes by the throat and put it in the blender and be done with them. I'm so fucking done. I didn't really get it when I was a teenager. I was like, why is everyone talking about how annoying the government is and how taxes are so much of a problem, and who the fuck cares about taxes anyway? Whatever, you got to pay your way, haven't you? Now I get it. I'm in that era where I'm like, fuck you taxes, leave me alone. I want to be free. So taxes is something I'm trying to heal. This is my healing after another mental breakdown episode. So taxes, basically, I have an accountant, which unfortunately I do have to pay for, another expense. But I would not be doing my fucking taxes on my own because I don't know what I'm doing. So, and I'm not willing to learn. Let's put it that way. But the thing is, I think I've been on the wrong tax code. So I'm like, FML, that's why I have no money. Because my tax I'm being overtaxed. Now, it's a good thing because it will be, I'm saving, technically. Hopefully I'll get that back. But it means I don't have it now and I'm therefore struggling. But alas, my tax code will hopefully be changed tomorrow. So everyone cross their fingers. Get your tax code sorted out, guys. If you don't have an accountant, you probably need one if you're old like me. Because, if you're over 25, I would say you might need an accountant. I work so erratically in terms of I have loads of different jobs and I was self-employed, now I'm not, whatever. And so I just needed an accountant, and HMRC were like, you need to do a self-tax return. And I was like, okay, motherfuckers, I will therefore get an accountant. Thank you for making me spend more money. But I'm also working more. That is a sad consequence, but look, I'm trying to bolster my situation. I'm also when you're working, it is a sad time because you're I am having fun at work. I like my work, but I'm not doing the traveling. But what I'm hoping is I get more savings. I'm saving more. I automatically have money that just goes into my savings account. And that's great because I don't think about it. I don't have to be like, oh, I need to go and, sift out my savings this month. Like, no, it just does it automatically. I'm now going to start a new savings account. This is a great idea. Can't believe I've never thought of this. A new savings account for holidays, because I need a holiday and I don't want to go into my savings account because that money is for a house, not for holidays. So I don't have a holidays savings account, which is a real sad time. So it means I have no holidays and I've been living my life without any holiday fund. What are you doing? Sort that out. Also, today I broke the monotony. What we did was we went to get naan breads. We would usually get this delivered to the house. So basically I made a curry and I said, do you know what? Instead of having rice, let's get naan breads. And instead of just having it ordered to the house like we usually would, we got in the car, we went for a nice scenic drive and we just existed and drove and got naan breads. And that's kind of the thing that I want to do. I want to go and just do things. And I think that's what I'm missing is I'm like I need to break the monotony. That is what I've put as my next thing. This is my healing section. Sort out your money, try and work so that you can save and break your monotony. Change your routine a bit, unless you're autistic. And then you probably don't want to do that. But do something different anyway. Maybe not break the routine, but break the monotony of life. Because this is what I'm feeling. I'm like, all I'm doing is getting up, going to work. I do things in the morning, to be fair. I get up, do things in the morning, but the same stuff, walk the dogs, do the washing up and house chores, and then eat and have a coffee and maybe exercise. And then probably not even exercise. I've been real naughty recently. I haven't exercised. But I am tomorrow. And then going to work and then coming home and watching more Netflix, repeat. And then my days off is just admin. What have I got to do? I've got to reply to emails. I do try and do that in the week. But anyway, it's just boring shit. So do something that's a little bit wild. Go and pick up your naan breads. That is crazy. It's loco, let me tell you. I think also what I realised was I do want to travel more and I don't really have any plans. I love travelling. I love just going and exploring the world. I think one of my biggest reasons I don't do it is because I don't have any money. But the thing is, if I had a holiday savings pot, no worries. Life's sorted. But the other thing is, I need something to look forward to. So I need a plan to fixate my brain on. So I'm like, it's okay, Dawn, you have a life apart from what's happening right now. And maybe that's me avoiding the present and not being mindful or whatever. But sorry, but I do need something to look forward to. I just need I need future plans. Otherwise the future is bleak. What's it got in store for me? Who knows? And I'm kind of scared. So there are a few things that I want to do. Number one is road trip across America. Really want to do it. Number two is road trip across Australia. I'm feeling if road trip, then you kind of have somewhere to stay and you don't need to think where are we going to stay tonight? And then you have transport as well. So it's ideal. And you can just go park up anywhere and you're just within regulations, of course, but you can just park anywhere and then just set up your life there. And it just sounds fun. It sounds free. And also it will convince me one way or the other whether I can actually handle van life or not. I'm definitely channeling the vibes. I've got my beanie hat on because it's cold. And it snowed today in the UK. I know, pretty wild. It is January, but pretty wild. And I need to figure out if I can do this van life thing. So that would be a really good start. And I've never been to America and I'm fucking dying to go. Absolutely dying. And yeah, so I know I probably do the Route 6 thing. Cliche, I know. Maybe start from West Coast, East Coast. That sounds like a good idea. I don't know though. We'll see. So that's something I'm kind of fixating on right now. And that's making my mental health breakdown much improved, to be quite honest. So I feel like healing from a mental breakdown is about being nice to yourself, about, I recovered quite well from mine, to be fair. It's about recognizing what your stressor is. Like, mine is the fact that I feel like I've got a monotonous life. I feel like I'm not fulfilling what I want to do. And I feel like I'm just gonna carry on doing this and then I'm gonna die and then that's it. And you just need to change it. And you need to figure out how to change that. And the way for me is to save for holidays, which I can't believe I've never thought of doing this before. And have plans. So it always seemed completely out of the realm of possibility for me to go and not backpack, do a road trip across America, because I just thought it's going to be too expensive. But if I save for it, $5,000 or whatever, then there we go. Wow, miracles do happen, my friends. So that's healing. And then we watched Oppenheimer, which is not the most healing movie at all because it's quite exhausting, but pretty good. We watched half of it, haven't watched the rest yet, so don't give me any spoilers, okay? Anyway, guys, if you are also going through a mental breakdown, come join me. Give it a like, subscribe, follow, give it a 5-star rating, whatever you want to do. And I'm actually going to cover in my next episode dealing with another doctor dying / young person because he was a similar age to me and it fucked me up. So if you want to, we're just figuring out how to get through life here. And it's not easy, as you can tell. Sobbing into pillows is my MO. I'm not a serial killer, but if I was, sobbing into pillows would be my MO. Why are the pillows wet, Dawn? I don't know. I cried into them. Anyway, thanks so much for listening, watching, and here's your kiss. Bye. See you soon. I upload every Monday and Thursday, by the way. Bye.